Well, first of all, let's start by talking about goal scoring. 2 in 3 and a fine finish the other night. How pleased are you with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's what every player wants to do. Score goals is the best feeling in the world. And, I think I said the last time I spoke to yourselves that, I wanted to add a couple more goals and assists. And, luckily the last couple of games I've managed to do that.
And is that based on luck? And by that, I mean in the circumstances, or are you actively working on doing things to get you in places to enable you to score more?
Yeah, 100%. I've been working on it and, we've spoke about it as a team and getting everyone in better positions to score goals because we've been scoring a lot of goals recently, and we've needed to. So we've been doing work on it and training, and yeah, luckily I found myself in a position and been able to score a couple.
Well, scoring a lot of goals, you don't want to be the one that's left behind when everybody else is scoring for fun right
Mm.
now.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You want to be able to put the best shift in for yourself and the best numbers for yourself, but overall it's a team game, and as long as everyone scored, and if we're winning games, everyone's happy.
The scoring stats as for the team are exceptional, aren't they? Defensively, it's almost identically the opposite. How much work is being done to find the balance?
A lot of work's been done to find a balance, and I think we've been working a lot more probably on stopping the ball going in the back of the net, and you know we haven't been able to do that as much the last few weeks. But on Tuesday it was, sorry, only conceding one, and Owen Goodman making a load of good saves to keep us in the game. It's massive for us, so we need to take that as a positive and move on.
After the match on Tuesday, the manager was talking about half time and tweaks and changes to how the players were pressing Peterborough, etc. And I wondered if that was maybe a penny dropping moment that you all saw rewards for.
Yeah, of course. Like I think if you watch the game, if you've seen the full 90 minutes, it was probably a game of two halves. I think in the first half we weren't at the races, and we got a couple things wrong. So yeah, we managed to just go into half time, I think 1-1, and make sure then we can reassess, go again, and luckily we scored early in the second half and managed to see it through.
When you look at this group of players, again, sort of referencing the manager and thinking about game management and how that is being worked on and perhaps needs to improve. How do you go about doing that?
Again, I think it's hard because if you look through the stats from games and stuff like that, like it's frustrating for the staff, it's frustrating for the players because it seems that we're conceding maybe three shots a game and conceding three goals. So we're never conceding like half chances, stuff like that. If we're giving chances away, it's big chances, and that's something we need to sort of give away. We need to stop giving away. Sorry, but yeah, I think it's hard. We work hard in training on making sure that we nullify the chances that we give opposition, and going forward, I'm sure that'll come through.
Are Barnsley looking up or down right now? Because you're slap bang in the middle, and the games in hand are what they are.
Yeah, look, of course, well, we'd like to think that we're looking up. Obviously a positive result on Tuesday, and we're going into another busy period, which you just want to grab momentum from now. And 100%, the lads are still confident. We're still looking forward to good results, and hopefully we want to get some of them moving forward.
And what would it mean to you as a group of players to see off somebody in the top six?
It's massive, if we want to get to where we want to get to, you're going to have to do that. We've still got a lot of teams to play that are up there, and look, you're not going to be able to just beat teams below you if you want to catch the ones above you. So we've got to make sure that we're ready to go on Saturday and the games after that as well. So we'll be ready, we'll be prepared, and we'll see how Saturday goes.
Because there's been this idea that against the sort of fancied teams, it's not just perhaps how maybe Barnsley have lost, it's the manner of those defeats and resurrecting that against, well, Huddersfield and beyond, whoever's up there that you've got to face between now and the end of the campaign.
Yeah, it's important. We need to make sure. Look, we've just got to make sure that we look after ourselves. We've got to make sure we try and keep the goal score and record going, and we need to just stop them going in the other net. It sounds simple, but we're working hard to make sure that we can try and do that. And coming into a busy period, as I said, it'll be important.
Huddersfield under Liam Manning are becoming a more possession-based side, so I gather. What challenges does that bring, or maybe do you look forward to that? This could be quite an attractive game at the weekend.
Yeah, it could. It'll be two sides going head to head, both trying to win the game, both need the points. So I think it'll be definitely a great game for the neutral to watch. But us going into it, we're confident, and good result Tuesday. We're just, as I said, trying to grab momentum now.
Brilliant. Best of luck. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
I'm guessing the goal the other night, the equaliser, and the kind of goal it was, a great finish, probably gave you a little bit more pleasure than the Bolton one the other day.
Yeah, 100%. It's nice when you score a decent goal, especially without a deflection. So,
Yeah.
but as I say, you take them however they come.
Have you got a sort of target for goals this season? When you've got 4, plenty of games to go, could you get near double figures maybe this season?
Look, I think, it's something definitely that every player aims for and stuff. But as I say, if, I haven't done double figures in my career before, but hopefully, I can just add a couple more to it. And if that brings the 3 points, then yeah, definitely.
Well, I think this is the most you got for Barnsley in a season. I mean, like we touched on earlier, has there been much different that you've done to sort of get that, or do you just think it's just fell for you this
Yeah,
time?
I think just, getting into positions, getting higher up the pitch and, making sure, we're set behind the ball, but, making sure that we can still join in as well. So we've been working hard on the training field, and obviously it's come through now, and hopefully it can continue.
On the defensive side of things, the manager sort of said after the Bolton first half, there was sort of some home truths told and honest conversations. I mean, have you seen a change since then? And have you had a role to play in that as captain as well?
Yeah, I think we've got quite an honest group in there, and, I think everyone, like, as soon as you're conceding goals, everyone looks at the goalkeeper and the defenders, but, it's not a case at all. It starts from when we're scoring goals, it's starting from the defenders at the back, and when we're, conceding goals, it's everybody throughout the team as well. So, yeah, we've all just got to make sure we're looking at ourselves, making sure we're doing everything, going forward and defending, and, hopefully we can start keeping a few more clean sheets.
Obviously, Tom Bradshaw's come in recently. He's obviously added to that group with like David McGoldrick and Matt Roberts, of really experienced players, the good professionals that you can lean on. Are you sort of welcome that as the captain?
Yeah, definitely. Tom's been, settled in, I think, after 10 minutes of being in the building. Obviously, he knows some people from being here before and stuff. And if you know Tom, he knows he'll settle in with anyone. He'd be able to talk to the wall if he needed to. But, I think they're the people that you want in the changing room, easy going. And, you can see on the pitch, he got his goal the other night. And, he's a good lad to add in the changing rooms.
Leading the team out as captain of the Yorkshire Derby away from home, pretty big crowd. I mean, does it still give you that sort of buzz every time?
Yeah, I think it's something that, the buzz never goes from that. It's something that every player wants to do, do you know what I mean? And yeah, it'll be massive going forward. As I said earlier, we've got some momentum going forward now, and hopefully we can look forward to Saturday. As
a group, just getting a few more positive results away is one of the big things to tick off, isn't it?
Yeah, huge. At home we've been all right. We've picked up some good results, but that's it now. We know what we need to do. We've been working hard on it, and hopefully away from home we can pick up a little bit.
Cheers, Luca. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Luca. I'm not got too many. Yeah, I mean, people are saying Barnsley got this entertainers tag, but I suppose for yourself, a couple of ugly 1-0 wins would a good arm a treat as well, really, for a team.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's what, the team's all at the top of the table. If you look back through their results, it's them narrow margin wins, the 1-0s or the 2-1s that, get them points creeping up and let you creep up in the table. So we'll take any wins we can get, no matter what the score is.
Have you Peter talking about Patrick Kelly, how well he's done? What's your perspective on him? I mean, he looks to he's having a good season, and he's slotted in pretty well at Barnsley.
Yeah, first of all, off the pitch, he's a great lad. Do you know what I mean? He's hard work and he keeps his head down. And he was a little bit quiet when he first come in and stuff, but you can see now like his personality coming out, and how close he's grown with all the lads and stuff. And for ability, I don't need to speak about how good he is ability wise. Everyone can see it out there when he goes and plays, Tuesdays or Saturdays. So yeah, PK's been brilliant, and it's good to be able to see him adapt, whatever the gaffer wants in different positions or different styles of play. And yeah, fair play to PK's been brilliant.
Yeah. There was a bit of speculation about yourself on deadline day. As a player, how do you did you just sort of take it in your stride, really? I suppose it's one of those things as a professional, isn't it, really? You get things like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If, a lot of the time things are out of your control, and you've just got to see where it leads you to the next day. And obviously I'm still at Barnsley, and I'd like to think that the reaction after the window was shut, after all the speculation, you can realise that I've reacted quite well, and yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the fourth season at your club, the captain. You're thoroughly committed. You talk to the press. I mean, are you sort of anxious that looking forward, you really hope that the club can kick on. You don't want to be in League One forever, do you?
No, definitely not. And, I don't think any player does. And, I think it'd be disappointing for the fans if they heard that all their players wanted to stay in League One because, after all, they want to be in the Championship and all the other players want to play in higher leagues. So, yeah, that's definitely our aim to get to the Championship. However we do it, if it's individually, if it's with the club, it's everybody's aim, and yeah, that's what everyone's working hard for.